Hey guys, and welcome back to Zeus Massive Olympus, and today we are going on to the next adventure, which is Perseus and Medusa. And I'll explain something odd later about this adventure. So, the people of Greece are scattered around the country. You will gather them together like a shepherd gathers his flock and lead them to a brighter day. This adventure is not too challenging, consists of 6 episodes, a couple of colonies. There's 2 colonies in this one. Let's head to the first mission.
In a time of darkness, discord reigned in Greece, and the people lived apart from each other. Now, a new day is dawning, and the time has come for a leader to rise up and, for the first time, draw the people together, uniting them in a mighty city. Zeus himself has selected you to achieve this remarkable feat, and has pointed you to a site in the Argos. The city's name will be Argos. People will flock to the city in the hopes of learning a trade and feeding their families, and they will expect you to provide for them. Other would-be leaders in Greece are also trying to start new cities. Some of them will achieve a modicum of success, while others will fail completely. You might encounter them in your journeys.
I will indeed. So, first mission is we are to develop the city of Argos, is what it is. It's Argos. So let's just head straight there. We've only got a little bit here, so we're going to produce 20 skeins of fleece in 1 year. Yearly profit 500 is actually difficult. I'll explain why in a minute. But 500 people in Homestead are better. That's easily achievable. Let's head to the city. And pause. So, just check the speed was way up high. No, it shouldn't be. Okay, so we've got a huge big map. A lot of river space down here. Nice bit of a bay here, but we're not going to need that. But there's plenty of river space available. We've got some meadowland up here. And we also have a nice big expanse of meadowland here. Now you can see it's quite broken up. And there's a dump of it up here as well. If we look at our husbandry tab, pardon me, no farms, so we're not producing any wheat or carrots or onions or any of that on this map. So our food is actually going to come from fishing. And we also have, will lawyer have access to cheese, it's an additional food type. We've got some marble down here. We will be able to explore that in a later mission. Not right now though. But all of this space here is going to be good for our fleece and all that. So our main industry is fleece. So what I'm going to do is maybe just, you know, put the sheep on one square just to block them in. Or something, because there's not much down here. I might just use up all of this space really. But in terms of money making, you start with 10,000 drachma. There's a reason for that. Because if you go to the world map, you basically don't have any cities. You've got Tanerum, which is basically a landmark or something, and Ethiopia, which is not trading with you. It doesn't sell you anything and it only buys wine. Therefore, we don't have a way of making money. If you go to administration, there's no palace, so you can't make money from taxation. That's where this goal of yearly profit 500 might look as if it's unattainable right now. It will become available later. I will explain that it is an event that makes it possible to make money, which allows you to reach the profit goal. So, let's have a look around. We can't obviously build any sanctuaries or any of that crap. We don't have any nasty monsters in this first mission, so it's peaceful city building. So I'm going to go and build out some housing blocks. I'll just say some because I'll explain why in a minute as to why we're going to do some. And I'll come back in once I've planned out everything, ready to start the city. Okay, so our housing is developed. As you can see, I've built 2 blocks, and there's a slight change to the block. I've not actually made it any bigger or anything, but you'll notice it's a lot closer to this city centre street. I'm actually working, I can put this here. This makes it a lot more compact and just quite nice, basically. So, and because we're going to need quite a bit of workers, I have put down 2 of them. I'm not going to evolve this one, I'm just going to evolve this for now. So let's unpause the game and speed it up. Employees needed, yes. This little area here is going to be for all the fleece, and later on it will also be the area that I have my cheese industry, because we get that later. I'm just going to put down this. This is only 3 white because it's enough to just get in like a commemorative monument, sorry. And I've got my fishing industry out here. I might have to move it because we will have to put in a bridge to cross this, but I don't know whereabouts. I might have to move this up one just to allow me to get the bridge in, but for now it's fine. They should be able to walk down and back again. If they are going quite a distance, I will put up an extra granary just up here, which will be supplied by this, so I might actually make him go like that. Let me just slow this down. Delete. And I also learned that you can block in sheep by putting it on one tile, but you can use things like Corinthian columns just to make them fit better. So let's just see. Oh, this is just going to be fleece, and we're just going to make a big fleece industry because that's our main export. So what's our worker shortage? We've got quite a bit of a worker shortage. In terms of entertainment or your culture, you can only put down theatres at the moment. You will get the remaining ones later, so don't worry. I'll just block that off. Okay, so he just goes up and down that bit, that's fine. Let's just make things look nice by putting in this. And yeah, so all we're going to do is wait for the fishing industry to get running. I'll just set the wage rates higher. This is why we need the 2 blocks, because it'll give us many more workers, so we're not having such a big, huge labour shortage, but it's more than enough for now. What I'm actually going to do is set culture to no priority, so they don't work. We don't need them right now. So for now we can just get our workers up. I think we, so yeah, okay. So once our fishing starts to get going, and we've got some food, yeah, I'll come back in a bit once we started to feed this housing block, because I don't think there's any point waiting around for them to be ready. Alright, so we're starting to get some houses evolved here. We do need access to more culture, but once these houses start to evolve, I will turn up culture. It might even enable itself. So these are within range. I'm not sure about this one. She is going to have to go quite some distance. There we go. Trozan discovered. This is important, so because they're your main buyers of fleece, which is your only export at the moment. So explorers have returned from their exploits and reported they have discovered a place called Trozan. I think that's how you say it. So it's here, Trozan. They will blossom into a proper city, and they will buy our fleece. So the workers we get here, we will put into a fleece industry, because why not? So let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, and let's just block them into that one tile. I'll just span them all out. There, so they're all on that one tile, which is more than enough. And we're producing plenty of food. So in this one we only have fish and cheese. I haven't really done cheese that much. I don't like it as an industry. It's kind of annoying. But for now it's okay. Let's just put down a storehouse right here, which is going to accept the fleece. It does say olive oil there. You will get an olive oil industry in the next mission. But for now, all we've got is basic stuff. Let's just set this up to moderate and get these running. So yeah, I'm going to let this run. Once this housing starts to stabilise at hovel level, yeah, I'll come back in once these have all fully evolved, because there's no point showing it off. Perfect timing, Trozan blossoms. So under the leadership of Piteous, Trozan has grown into a significant city and no longer isolated from the rest of the world. And he says they've just evolved at the right time. Does that happen? So at the moment it doesn't show anything, but they are going to be our only trade route. And as you can see, we've used up about half of our funds, so we're going to have to make money soon. Once this is fully filled out with housing, which it will, I'll start to lower wage rates. I might even have to evolve this, but I'm not too sure yet. Argos will become a pretty big city. It will have some annoyances later, but it's okay. We've got plenty of this coastline that's up here. I might actually, I think in later ones I might set up an industry that's just up here just for export, and have like 2 separate areas. It's kind of annoying. Anyway, there goes Trozan. They are buying more fleece. At the beginning they will only buy 12. Later they will buy 24, but I'm going to wait for it to develop first. You want to get it in as a big burst because it doesn't sell for much, remember. So we do need to get them buying it when this is filled up. So once this is all sorted, we've got plenty of fleece, I will start to sell off, but I'm going to let this house evolve, start to lower the wage rates as the people come in. And if we do have an unemployed shortage, I will evolve this. But I'll come back in once we have got some fleece and we're ready to start distributing it. Didn't need to wait that long really. I think that's quite a lot of fleece to start distributing, but first of all we are going to put down Trozan's trading post. And we're going to start selling 12, because that's all we can sell. It only sells for 60, so you do have to get a decent profit out of this. Especially since we don't have any employees needed, fine. Given that we don't have any taxation, it's kind of annoying, but we should start to make some money now. Here comes the Trozan traders, which is good.
What do you have for me?
It was only recently that I actually discovered it's not Trozian. I think on the impressions guide it actually says Trozian, but it's Trozan. I say it like that because that's how it is. I don't say the E, it's a silent E to me. Anyway, here comes the Trozan traders. They're going to start buying up fleece, which will start to give us some money. Once we met the profit goal, I'll be fine because then I can just boost some housing and reach the 500 people in homestead, which is the next level anyway. So our exit points are way up here, so they are going to go some distance, but if we keep it all close, it's fine. So those fleece are basically locked onto that one tile, so that's going to be perfectly efficient. You don't have to worry too much at the moment. I'm going to wait to the end of the year. And so we'll just speed this up, no point cutting it off really. The one thing I did mention is that for some reason, if you remember in the previous campaign, the mission started in 1150 BC. But for some reason in this adventure we go right back in time to 3000 BC. Why, I don't know, but it seems to doing a time warp. Anyway, that's just sold all the fleece we can to Trozan. We just gotta wait for the carding sheds to boost supply again, because we've only got a small amount. But hopefully at the end of this year, it'll update and say that we have made money. Let's see. Oops. Okay, so we've produced the 32 skins of fleece. We've not got this updated yet, so I'm going to start to boost the... I'm not going to boost this because we don't have anything to boost at this point. And so I'm going to probably evolve this housing here, and once we start to really ramp up fleece production, I'll come back in, especially when Trozan says it's going to buy more fleece. And there we go. Trozan buys more fleece, so we can now sell up to 24. I went ahead and just evolved this housing block because we were starting to need workers, and we've got quite a bit of unemployment, so I can start lowering the wage rates. Lowering the wage rates will also help to get us this profit goal, because then we want to spend so much of it on stuff that we don't need to sell. I'm going to leave this at 12 for now, because we're not really getting that much fleece, and if we have excess unemployment, like we do right now, I can just put it down into carding sheds and just boost the fleece supply. And what I've also done is I've put down a granary here which is set to get fish. So these guys will just dump their fish here and this granary will go and get it. So of course, because of the changes that Zeus made, you can't put it into a warehouse because, or a storehouse, because storehouse is the only food item that they accept is wheat, because it's used by other industry other than just for food. So for fish and cheese and all that, you've got to put it into a granary, like an accepting granary, and use getting granary. So it's kind of a bit annoying. Unlike Emperor and that, they won't prioritise this one, they'll always go to the nearest one, so you don't have to worry. So we're nearly about to sell out all the stuff we can, so... we don't really have any ways to reduce unemployment, but that's okay at this point. So I'm just going to put down 2 more, and we're just going to spam more sheep, like this. There we go. And there we go. So now all I'm going to do is run this on, and once we have made the profit, because we haven't made it this year, it's just ticked over, we've not made the profit, which is a shame. So when I come back in, we should hopefully have met the yearly profit of 500 gold. Yeah. I think they're just trying to give me tips to help out, because they've just increased the price for fleece, so it now sells for 8 drachma more. So it was 60, it's now 68, so we should have no problems meeting the profit goal now, which is helpful. So I'll come back in once the mission, the year has completed, and we should have met the profit goal, yeah. Okay, so the end of the year is just about to happen. We've been playing for 3 game years, which is actually quite a lot of time. I was expected to be done with this, but there you go. Yearly profit goal achieved. That's one thing I do like about Zeus. It does tell you right at the top as soon as you met a goal. So as you can see, we got 588. That's just barely over the limit. So as you can tell, meeting the profit goal is fairly difficult. We're not going to worry about this unemployment because in the next mission we'll be able to sort that out anyway. So let's just go ahead and put down a fleece vendor and just distribute fleece to this one block, which will allow us to win the mission. I'm going to just also put down a warehouse here just to accept more fleece. We're just going to stockpile as much as we can of it because we have a bit too much. Need employees, but that's okay. So our vendor's off to go and get fleece. And yeah, and we've even actually maxed out on fish. So we don't have to worry too much. We can later in the campaign, we'll be able to cross here and put down more fishing vendors. Maybe even one up there actually. Yeah, if I just delete some trees I can get in there and just move things around. In terms of trade, it's a bit difficult, but I'm going to make it work. So as you can see, we're starting to get some homesteads, so once this whole block is evolved, we will automatically meet the homestead goals. We'll just speed this up. We'll actually just take one final save, and we will be ready to continue. So as you can tell, the goals are just right. If this target thing was set to anything higher than 500, it would be impossible to win the mission. We managed to produce 41 skins of fleece in the last year, but that's okay. I want to just ask you in the comments, do you think the audio sounds a bit louder? Because I did tweak the audio of the game sounds, it just felt a bit quiet. I've boosted it a bit just to make it seem a bit more hearable. So yeah. Hopefully that's okay. So we're going to be able to get more culture things. We'll also get tax and olive oil in the next one as well. So we're just going to wait for the housing to evolve. Go for a grenade. So once all these people come in, we'll pretty much win the mission. So I'll just speed this up. Come on. Just need to wait for the month to tick over really. May. Okay, so at the end of May we'll win. So it's a fairly simple mission to each year. It's a bit tougher, but don't worry. Your rising unemployment in this mission will be sorted in the next one, so you don't need to worry about trying to spam out. Don't try to spam out carding sheds. It's a pointless effort. At this point, we don't need to worry about that. I will possibly set up a separate. I'll set up two. By the end of the campaign, I'll have two olive oil areas. I'll have one here for my housing, and I'll have one way up here for the export. But for now, what we've got is just enough to start this fledgling city.
Argos is on its way to becoming a great city, and even the residents of Mount Olympus have begun to take notice.
Yes, they have. Very short and succinct briefing. So, thanks for watching. In the next part, we are going to continue building Argos and start to, build up. Thanks for watching the first part of the Perseus and Medusa campaign, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye now.